So let's start from the very top. Why was MEREIA set up?
Out of a necessity more than anything else. We looked at the industry and how different companies were coming into the market and offering inspections to where there was no set standard written by any government body, and it seemed like everybody was interpreting their idea of what an inspection was or what quality was. And so a couple companies had been asked originally to help put together an inspection standard called the SRS, or star rating. And after that was finished, the companies looked at the whole idea of the market and went, we need to help implement these items. We need to help set the standards, because there had been new companies that came into the market that are licensed inspectors, but they were doing less than quality inspections. So we're hoping to build the association to help manage the quality and the standards. And you have anything to add to that, Craig?
Yeah, and what we find as well, some of the organisations we work with, they know what they want, but they don't realise exactly what these reports, what format these things should be in. And we saw this necessity for an advisory body to basically to keep them right and say, okay, this is the standard of report, this is the things that should be included. If they're not doing that, then they're really not meeting the standard that we would expect to see for these kind of technical reports.
Okay. In order to bring this session to a close, what I'd like to ask is each of the panel members just to give us one key message they'd like us to take away today.
So what I want you to take away from this, and obviously my concern here is from a legal perspective. Now obviously the government does need to get involved, the different government entities, but as we said earlier, they are working on it. We can't make the process go any faster. But in the meantime, what we have to do is take responsibility as owners, as professionals in the real estate market, etc., and do our best to try to change things until the government comes out with laws that they can enforce. So, for example, I know that, I'm sorry, was it Frank? You were getting upset because Douglas had made a comment earlier in the day about maybe owners associations not caring, but it's not necessarily that they don't care. Some people come from markets that don't have such a thing as an owners association, and they don't understand service charges or the reason for having them, because you need to maintain the premises, etc. So it's not so much that, but we need to change the mentality of the marketplace overall, and then we'll start to see things changing.
Thank you. Doug.
I'm going to make it real simple. It's this catch slogan that we thought of: inspection means protection.
I like it.
Okay. Yeah, just a final thing for me, I mean, the issues that we spoke about, it's interesting, the more industry professionals I speak to, they see the same issues but from different points of view. So insurers are seeing it from an insurance point of view, their liability. DCD, they've obviously they've seen the issue now as well, for obvious reasons. It's an industry issue. If you own a property, if you live in a property, if you work in property, these issues are for you as well. So try and pass these problems on, because the best way to attack these is not after the building's built, it's not when we're inspecting it, it's at the design stage. Make sure these problems are passed back to anyone you know in the design stage of buildings, and that will help us immensely.
Design stage and commissioning are two key things that should be done.
Great. Thank you very much for joining us today. Perhaps you could just show a bit of appreciation for the panel.
Thank you.